Mary Washington secured its 14th straight CAC men's swimming title at the 2014 championship meet, winning 15 events and compiling 937 points throughout the event. St. Mary's placed second with a three-day total of 541 points, with York close behind in third with 535.5 points. Mary Washington junior Alex Anderson and York sophomore Kyle Waldhall were honored as the co-CAC Swimming Athletes of the Year, while UMW head coach Abby Bretthauer was named Coach of the Year. Anderson and Waldhall went on to represent the CAC at the NCAA Championships, with Waldhall earning All-America honors in the 100 and 200 breaststroke, and Anderson capturing the prestigious Swimmer of the Meet award after winning the 400 individual medley and the 200 butterfly, while also taking second in the 200 IM. Now let's preview each team's prospects for the 2015 CAC Swimming Championships set for this weekend at the St. Mary's Aquatic Center.
For our men's team, we're looking to have a huge improvement from last year. We're almost double the size we were heading into championships last year, and we have a huge class of talented freshmen. As always at a championship meet, we're looking for 100% season, career, and lifetime best times. Looking to score more points than we ever have at the championships, and looking to move up in the standings, as well as get as many people as we can back for finals, and hopefully get some guys getting ECAC and NCAA cuts. We graduated 3 seniors last year: Jesse Gregory, Vince Fea, and Drake Dobish. All of them were great leaders and helped us throughout the regular season, and Jesse scored points for us at our championship meet last year. So they'll be missed in their leadership sense and in Jesse at championships in a point scoring sense. So on the men's side, we are returning 6 men total, with some very solid upperclassmen, including Brian Sense, Jeff Page, Jacob Aylward, and especially John Shepard, who is our only ECAC qualifier returning from last year on the men's side. And he was a 3-time finalist at championships and should look to compete for conference titles in both the 100 and 200 breaststroke, as well as making finals in the 200 IM. We have a huge class of freshman guys. Leading the way for us is Christian March, who broke our first men's team record in the last 10 years in the 100 breaststroke. He's got a shot to qualify for NCAAs in the 100 breaststroke and 200 breast, and should establish some new team marks and multiple records. He's got a really good shot at NCAA qualifying standards in multiple events. Markel Proctor is going to be a real force in our mid-distance freestyle events, as well as helping us in the sprint side on relays. Dion Yarborough's very strong in our backstroke and sprint free events and should contribute right away, as well as James Williams, who's a backstroke specialist and mid-distance freestyler. They'll all make up the core of our relays at CAC championships and should really help us make that push as we move up in the conference. The men's team's done a great job all season throughout our regular season schedule and at our first semester shave and taper meet. In terms of competitiveness, we're way ahead of where we were last year. Win-loss wise, we're already matched our season total with 5 meets left to go, and I expect us to pick up a few more wins as we head into the championships. And then at our mid-semester shave and taper meet, we had 2 guys earn 4 ECACA cuts, and last year at this point we had 0. So we're in a really good place heading into championships, and we're much stronger than we've ever been before.
Well, with the men's team, we want to place higher than we did last year, and we think we have the guys on our team to do that. We've got some pretty good momentum, but that's determined by other teams and how well they perform. We're looking to go in and have everybody swim their best, do best times, maybe improve some places from last year. Those are things that are kind of out of our control, but we think we're going to have a pretty good conference meet. And one of our goals is to qualify as many swimmers as we can for the ECAC championship the following week. So hopefully 8 to 10 men will qualify for the ECAC meet. On the men's side, quite frankly, we didn't really lose anybody from the men's team. We had 1 senior graduate, Matt Ward. He was a consolation finalist in a few events, but in terms of scoring points, I wouldn't say his leadership will miss, but we've certainly got a lot stronger class coming in than we lost last year. Our key returner is pretty much our entire, everybody coming back is pretty strong. We got seniors this year in Joey Gardner and Dennis DeBraccio, both have scored points. at the meet in the past. Joey looks to be in finals in at least 3 events. Dennis looks to score points in the mile, the distance freestyle events. In the sophomore class, you know, there's a whole bunch of guys there that have come on strong and really training well. Robert Klasinski's going to make an impact in the butterfly sprint freestyle events. Tyler Hayes is going to make a huge impact in the sprint freestyle events this year. I think James Gibbons also in the sprint freestyle and the butterfly events. Joe Paris is going to you know, make an impact in breaststroke events. We had a kid set a couple of team records last year. William Bryan, he's training well. He's looking to be in the hunt and the breaststroke events as well. So we've got a real strong group of sophomores this year that are going to make a huge impact in that meet. Boy, pretty much our entire freshman class is going to have an impact in that meet as well. They're all, I think all 15 men that we take to that meet this year are going to score points. Key is Thomas Brierly. He's going to be tough in backstroke and IM events. Ross Wiley is going to be tough in the backstroke events. They're seated in the top 3 in the conference right now in the 200 backstroke. Tyler Baldy is going to also have an impact in the sprint freestyles and the breaststroke events. We have a transfer named Wes Wilson. He's going to be a significant point scorer in the butterfly events, I think. We've got a couple other freshmen, Shaka Kukadal and John Byram, who are going to sneak into some. They're training well. They're going to sneak in and score some points as well in this conference championship. We got off to a slow start. You know, we got it handed to us at St. Mary's. We really looked like we weren't a swim team at all, but we've gotten better over the course of the year. The schedule a little different than last year since the conference has taken over. So we didn't get to swim some traditional opponents at traditional times of the year, which we sort of missed. But we put all of our eggs in our conference meat basket, so we won. Those are really not that important to us, and we use them as part of the training cycle. So we're just looking to perform as well as we can here.
I think our goal is always to go in and swim best times, and ideally season bests are, kind of assumed that we're going to. Lifetime bests are the goal. We also set goals for ourselves within the team that the team knows that they have before them, so we try and achieve those. They change every year, but I think this year we've done really well in our dual meet season and our training, so I'm really excited to see what they do. I think first and foremost, Alex Anderson, returning Coach Swimmer of the Year in our conference and National Swimmer of the Year. So that's really exciting for us to have him back for his senior season. I think he's put in some really good training. It's really exciting to watch just in practice, and it's always really fun to watch race. I know he has big goals for himself. And then after that, really the majority of our team is really strong, really deep. I think Matt Garcica has really had a turnaround year, which is exciting. Dallas Tarkington, Tyler Gimple, I could really name anyone on the team. I think, there's some dark horses out there, Connor Nye, Sam Moranto, they kind of, hang back and work their butts off, and then come taper time, do some pretty special things. So it's just kind of exciting because you don't really know where the strengths are going to come from. I mean, we sit down as a team at the beginning, which is always interesting, and come up with short-term goals, long-term goals, kind of talk about how we're going to get there on a daily basis, how the weeks break down. It's macrocosms and microcosms and different weeks. There's definitely times that are really, really difficult, and I lose my kids for 3 weeks in the middle of the season when they go home for a break and have exams, and that's, up to them to keep the training going. But I think this year, more so than any of the years that I've been here, the team has really come together, worked hard, been on point, kept each other on task. And kind of what we always say is once you get to training trip, it kind of rolls right through. So all of a sudden we're wait, how are we here already? Wait, we're leaving in a week? This is crazy. So I think that's really kind of an interesting thing that for the long season that we have, it always comes up so quickly.
The men had a really solid campaign this year. We swam a lot of the top Division III teams and Division III talent throughout the course of the season. We had a really good showing at the Richmond Invitational back in December. Like I said, we put in a lot of hard work, so we're looking forward to a really exciting conference championship. Mary Washington obviously is the clear favorite, but we're looking to hopefully step up in a lot of different events. Last year was very exciting coming back and getting second place in the final day of the competition, so we're just looking to hopefully put that together this weekend and have all the hard work pay off for us. Once again, we're really excited to be able to host the championships in one of the top facilities in all of Division III, so we're ready to get this going on Friday and have a good weekend of fast swimming.
Well, we've set team goals. Both the men and women have set their team goals. One of our big goals is for everybody to get into a scoring position. So in the morning we swim for scoring positions, in the evening you swim to score points. So our goal is to try and get every swimmer in at least scoring position in their events. For the key performers for the men, Will Goff, Okan Aeger, are probably our top two, and then following them we have a couple of freshmen, Connor Johnston, Stephen Arcidiacono, we have Daniel Keller, Travis Maida, Jake Blazer. Our relays should all be pretty solid, so we're really looking forward to it. It gets tougher every year. For instance, Okan last year won the 200 backstroke event. This year there are 2 kids from Mary Washington and 2 kids from Marymount who are right about his same time. So, you know, the other teams get faster as we get faster kids, so it gets more competitive.
Well, I'm very excited about our men's team. Obviously, we didn't lose anything really last year. We graduated one senior. He was a depth player for us. And we've brought in a really talented class that I think are going to be a huge impact, both in the top 8 and the depth for us. So I'm really excited to battle for number 2. I'd like to set, 4 school records in the relays. I really think our goal is 9 individual records. I know it's a lofty goal, but I think we've got the guys to do it, and the talent is there. They've been so focused and they're just dedicated this year. I'm excited to see them to go after it. Naturally, anytime we can make a run and take Mary Wash out of the top 3, it's always a good thing, and I think this year we've got some guys that are really going to step up to that plate. Well, no doubt Kyle Walthall is going to be our number 1 impact guy. I mean, he's got the B cut in the 200 breaststroke going into this meet. He's just set himself up to hopefully make the national meet again. He's going to make our relay stronger with his breaststrokes, and I know that I think whatever his third event's going to be, he'll be in the top 5. Shane Bonner, Bryant Hughes, they're going to be huge sprinters for us. They've always been great. They just step up and they get the job done. They've returned in the top 8 in all of their events for the past couple of years. I'm excited with their leadership to just kind of see where things fall for them as seniors. Cody Latchford, he's been kind of taking on a different role for us this year and swimming a little bit more distance, and I just think he's had a lights out in season, so he's ready to go. Russell Stoll is our record holder in the 2 back. It's really hard for me just to hit one guy. He's going to be really good for us in the IMs. And then, of course, we've got our breaststroke crew of Donald Timmerman, Cameron Byrne, Tim McCullough. They were all top 8 in the breaststrokes last year. And we've got some great sprinters with Nick Lukash. I think that's where Tim DeCourcy is going to play a role. And then David Altabella rounds out the field just with some strong depth. So basically every guy we've got coming back plays a role. Yeah, without a doubt it's Morgan Schreiber. I mean, the kid just came in and he's just so tough. He trains well, he steps up, he races just about anything we throw at him, and he's hit some in-season times that he's never really hit coming out of high school. So I think he's going to be, a great one to watch. I can't say where he's going to swim yet. That's too much of a hand to play, but I know that he'll make the impact wherever he goes. Ben Hassinger transferred in for us, and I think he'll give us a strong showing in the sprints. And then Nick Leidy and Artem Pashenko really round out our stroke events, and they'll be good guys, solid guys to kind of final. Our season to date has gone great. With swimming, it's so weird because we don't really worry about the W's and the wins and the losses, but we've got ourselves set up with in-season swims that I think put us 2, 3, 4 times ahead of where we were last year or in seasons past. The unique thing about us, and sometimes it's good, sometimes it's bad, we don't do a mid-season rest meet, so none of our women have really just taken a taper yet. A lot of teams, every team coming into the conference meet has done a rest meet in December, so they put fast times up, whereas we haven't rested yet. So we really get to just kind of use this meet to be our main focus and our main stage and hit our top times now. So I think second place on the men's side, I'd love to really see them just make as close of a run as we can to Mary Wash, but I think for sure we should be all right hitting that second place mark this year.